want to bring you on as our executive podcast producer. And we realized that all of your strengths in storytelling and interviewing and just your genuine curiosity and pulling questions out of us, we want that to be an aspect of our podcast business. And then we want to bring on another candidate as the head of podcast growth because they're more of an analytical brain and they think numbers and all of the data and how we can leverage the data in other areas. And they're like, not that you wouldn't be able to do that. We have full confidence that you would, but we realize that both you guys are spectacular. Both of you guys are completely different in your individual strengths, and we would rather have a amazing podcast team than just one do-it-all person who can barely do it all.
So are we still talking same salary?
So no, because that was just for one position. So they're like,
Okay.
we don't know what this looks like. Honestly, and this is his first time hiring a producer. This podcast has been good for like 17 years.
Oh, wow.
And he's been doing it by himself, scrappy. And he's like, I'm tired of being a scrappy team,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
just
yeah.
me, putting it all together. He's like, it's the first time I've ever brought on like producers or anything like that. But he's like, let me go over the weekend, figure some stuff out, and then I'll send you the position details as well as an offer by Monday. And so I was like, okay. So he sent me the position details on Friday. It's basically they created a job for me based on my strengths.
Okay.
Like everything that I'm good at that I actually like to do is in this job. The things I don't like to do is the other person. So
Look at God.
yes. And so I was like, you know what, Lord, I don't know what this offer is going to be. But I do know that you opened this door for me. That means I'm more than qualified. So I need to step into that confidently because I was like, this is a whole nother level. It's elevated. This ain't Patrice's podcast. This is leadership level. Like there's
But
a
you were
team,
already there, girl. You was already there.
but the confidence wasn't there yet. So the
Overstand.
mindset wasn't there. We've been working on that for the last 6 months. So I'm like, oh, we really stepping into this next level. Okay, got it. Understood. But I was like, either way, I'm gonna accept the position because if they if the offer is amazing, great. If it's not, it's an additional client that I can add to the Iron
Mhm.
Agency that's still more income. So it worked out. And
Mhm.
then they sent over an offer this morning, and it was more than what I thought it was gonna be. And it's more than all of my clients combined. And so now we
Which
have
was
the
the goal?
flexibility to be able to decide who we want to get rid of and who we don't, or if we want to keep them all and bring on someone else to handle that client work and build out that
Okay.
agency portion, we can. So I signed an offer about 2 hours ago, and I start on Wednesday. And I travel to their base next week, and we do in-person mastermind for 3 days to map out how we're going to reach these KPIs in the next 90 days.
Micayla. I feel like, listen, if I was a for real DJ like I am in my head, I would have all the sound effects happening right now, and I would start playing like the graduation traditional song because, like, you graduated somewhere in some area of life that God is like, she's ready to hold it.
Hmm.
She ready to hold it. Congratulations, friend.
Thank you. Thank you. That's
Come
how I feel. I'm
on.
like, oh, we're really stepping into a different level. Okay, got it. Because I'm so used to my mindset is employee. Like
Mhm,
I show up, I
mhm.
serve. Now I'm like, oh, you have a person for that. So I'm not the one editing, and I'm not the one doing that either. And I'm not the one, oh, I have
But you're
KPIs that I
still
have to hit.
serving. You're
Yes,
just
I
not
am.
abusing yourself.
Yes, that part.
You're serving in a lane
Yeah,
that you enjoy
yeah,
and not just doing it because you can, but because you want to.
yeah.
Okay, girl. I'm excited.
Me too.
This is
Me
good
too.
stuff.
So I am excited. Things have been like moving very
Mhm.
fast. And I'm
Well,
like, okay,
he's a god of suddenly, and he's definitely a god of acceleration.
yes,
Um, and you've been catapulted. So,
yes. And it's different this time because the last time that happened, I didn't have a foundation. So I was like, It was like we call them slingshot. It was like the rock was
Mm.
released, but it went through a broken window and ended up hitting somebody and they landed in the hospital. Like it was like we we didn't have any aim back then. Now it's been intentional. Like the clients that we let go of, it was intentionally let go of. There was another client that I've been pitching for the last 3 months last year, trying to get her on board. And she finally responded this week and was like, "Hey, I'm ready to start with onboarding. I don't have the budget that we talked about, so I'm only able to pay like $500-$600 a month. Let me know if you still have capacity." And it was like, old me would have been like, "Yeah, let's do it and figure it out." And now I'm like, actually, let's take inventory of our time and make sure that what we're doing is in alignment with what we're building in life because it's not
Mhm.
just about an extra $500-$600. It's more so about, do I honestly have the capacity to sustain another social media client knowing that I do not enjoy social media? And I'm
That, or even knowing that she's just not ready for you.
that as well. But even with my client now, like the gym, I haven't even been with them 6 months and they've already cut my retainer 3 times.
Mm.
And I thought about like fighting back, like, oh, since, because originally it was like, hey, we need answers now. Like, we're looking to build this thing now. How quickly can you do it? And I'm like, oh, well, it'll take like 2 weeks realistically to build out what you want. Because it was like building out 2 new websites plus building out funnels and all this stuff. And I was like, it'll take about 2 weeks. And he's like, no, we need somebody now. So I found a company that already has the infrastructure in place to do all that. And he was like, let's do it. He paid their retainer, brought them on. I did all their onboarding. I sent all their stuff. And they came back and they were like, now that you're on board with us, it's going to take about 4 weeks.
Blue?
And I was like, I told you it would take about that time. And he was like, all right, so we're onboarding and doing all this stuff for them. And he's like, they're building exactly what we have. And I was like, I know. And he's like, well, what's the difference between them and us? I was like, time. So then he fired them. But as a result of me hiring them, he's like, well, if I bring them on, they're basically doing some of your job, so you're gonna have to take a cut. And I was like, I'd be okay with that because I'm not
Mm-hmm.
doing it. So that's fine. We brought them back. He fired them, and then he's like, so what's the next step? And I was like, well, we can build it ourselves, but like I said, it's gonna take about 2 weeks. And he's like, all right, just do it. And I was like, okay. And something in me was like, you should ask for that money back.
You should.
And I thought about it. But all that other stuff that they were doing, and because I was working with them, he was like, well, are you doing social media? I'm like, no, I'm working with them to build this thing out for you.
Mm-hmm.
He brought on another social media girl, and she's doing all the social media. And I was like, he's using my retainer to pay for her. I'm gonna keep her on because she's doing this stuff that I don't feel like doing.
Okay.
And I'm okay with that. And I'm gonna find extra money elsewhere because I'm not about to stress out about y'all. Plus, she works in the gym. She's young. He's paying her like $5 an hour extra. So I'm like, look, I can take a cut. That's perfectly fine. And I think he was thinking that I was gonna ask for it back
Mm-hmm.
because he's like, we don't have anything else to talk about. I was like, nope. He was like, well, nothing else to talk about. I'm like, nope. He's like, okay. I'm like, yeah. But like, I'm like, you know what? It's okay. Her coming on helps my job because all of that time, like, he's not an hourly client for me. So
Mm.
all I'm getting paid is a retainer, but I'm working all these hours for him on all this social media stuff because we're managing 4 different brands and creating content all week for all 4 of these brands, plus doing all of his ads, building out his funnels, working on his website. Like, that's a full-time job for me, just for him. And it's not enough. But then I have hourly clients who are paying me hourly, but I don't have the time to do their work because
Mm.
I'm dedicating all this time to him. That's fine. We'll find something different.
Yeah, all of that.
Yep.
I met with an old neighbor friend earlier today, and she's talking, updating me, and she's like, she read some passage and it was basically like God told the person stop praying for the people. And she was like, "Really?" And I was like, yeah, you need to stop praying for these people and turn all that energy on to you
Mm,
because you are making all these people successful. And you're going to get to the pearly gates and he going to look at you and be like, but you ain't do what I told you to do.
that part.
And so I am very, very happy to hear that we are turning that energy to us and the
Yes,
agency and building the things that he downloaded in you so you can do what you're supposed to do.
absolutely. And that's what we've been doing. Like Tony's been helping me build out what Tony has built is phenomenal. Like she's been using me, but what she's built
Listen, it's
is
mutually
phenomenal.
beneficial.
It is.
Right.
Cause I'm just like, Tony, bro, like this is amazing. She's like, thank you. I thought the same thing. I was like, girl, what you build is phenomenal. Like just the portal that I work out of, how she's structuring everything. I was like, oh my gosh, this is phenomenal. So she's been helping me what we call parallel build. So as I
Okay.
build out this agency, I'm also parallel building my personal brand and coaching and all of the things, the Iron Agency. So yeah, so there's that. And then I ended up touching base with this girl on Instagram, and she's a Christian coach, and she was like, "I'm giving away free business audits," and I was like, "I'll take a stab."
Yeah.
Um, and literally, it's like DM. She's like sending voice memos. She's like, "Hey, girl, tell me about your business. I'd love to talk." And then we go back and forth, and then she gives me a business audit based on what I share. And in talking to her, I realized that the direction that I thought I wanted to go on with the agency is not the direction that I want to go.
Talk to me.
So I thought it was going to be just podcasting. Like I was only going to focus on just podcasters and that was going to be it. And it was going to be not Christian anymore because I'm like,
Hmm.
I feel like I kind of pigeonholed myself with that and it turned into ministry and it got real heavy real
Mm.
quick and it was like it was a lot for me. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I don't even know if I want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just talking to her and she was like, I think that you need to take some time and talk to the Lord. And I was like, I think you are absolutely right. So we did that. Took some
Okay.
time
Okay.
and we talked to the Lord. Um, and in that, we got Make Room and we launched our podcast. So
Mm-hmm.
the Lord gave me the word,
Mm-hmm.
make room, your gifts will make room for you, as well as the Makers Room, which is a community for creatives. And it'll be
Mm-hmm.
marketing, ministry, and meaningful living. So we're focusing on those aspects of life. So we're not just talking about
Mm-hmm.
podcasting, it's all things marketing. Going to show you how to build your
Okay.
email list, going to show you how to create websites, showing you how to do funnels, showing you how to do podcast. And so the personal brand, Micayla Robertson, is a blog. All the things that I talked about way back when, where I was like, I just want to be a blogger, like talk about stuff I love. Um, but yeah, so it's going to be my blog, and we're going to run the business aspect of it as a group coaching cohort where people come in. So you read my blog or you listen to the podcast, and I run challenges. So there will be a 7-day podcast challenge, launch your podcast in 7 days. And as a result of the podcast challenge, you will then come into the Makers Room, which is our online community mastermind, which is my upsell, where you will not just worry about podcasting, but you will now be structuring your entire business around your story or your entire
Mm-hmm.
marketing strategy around your story and bringing people in that way and showing you how to set that up and run that cohesively for about 6 months. If you do not want to do the mastermind, the Makers Room, then there's the downsell of just Faith Audio Network, where we have one monthly call and you have access to other podcasters because that is already set up, which is just the podcasting community. But all of my challenges, there's be 7-day podcast launch challenge, tell your story online challenge, so a storytelling challenge, um, master your email marketing challenge. So it will be multiple challenges that lead to the Makers Room Mastermind, 3 to 6 months within the mastermind, or I down sell you into a free-ish, probably not free, but it'd probably be like low cost, $27, $10, $17, maybe $7 a month type of deal.
Okay. I love this. And I think $27 is just fine and dandy.
Yep. So that's
Mhm.
what we're parallel building.
I love this.
Yeah. And now that we have a client that covers life,
Mhm.
the other clients pay off debt, which was our other
Okay.
goal.
Okay. Okay. And so then once the debt is paid off, we can let go of the gym.
Yes,
Because they
absolutely.
sound like a pain in the behind.
Yes.
Okay. I love this. I love this. Okay. So those are all great wins. Great wins across the board. Okay, so from last week we thought through like the next quarter and all the things. But now that we know that we have this position, do we know what our hours and all that looks like for them or
We are completely
expectations?
remote.
Okay.
We have KPIs that we need to hit within 90 days,
Okay.
and that is dependent on me.
Okay.
So hourly is whatever hours I put into it. We're not
Mhm.
salary. We're not like tracking our hours. It's literally like you can work from your own time wherever you want to, as long as we've hit these goals.
Okay, great. So like, do we want to reverse engineer those and then put that on the calendar?
Probably because I'm trying to figure out how we gonna hit these goals.
Okay, so
But
let's
I also
go.
haven't met my second half, who is also the analytical brain. So I'll meet him next
Who's
week
coming
during
up
the
with
mastermind.
the real strategy of the things? Okay.
So yeah, I'll meet him during the mastermind next week and we'll kind of build from there.
Okay, well, let's look at the KPIs and then look at real life to see what you may need so that you know going into the mastermind what'll be cool and what we need to speak up for.
Okay.
So, how many KPIs do we have?
I will pull them up now.
Okay, okay.
Hmm. Onboarding. Where is the contract? Here is the contract. Hmm. Okay. Sharing screen. All
Okie
right.
dokie.
So this is my conversion target for the first 90 days. I will have until June 15th
Okay.
to increase their qualified FTCs. This is their first time callers, so basically their sales calls. From Spotify listeners, they average about 20 a month. I need to increase that to 100 a month.
Mm. Hmm. Okay, keep going.
For followers on Spotify, they have 300. I need to increase that to 1,500.
So 5x.
And consumption hours from 4,000 consumption hours that they have right now to 20,000 consumption hours. So the goal is 5x in quarter
Everything.
one.
All right. Okay, so my initial questions, well, no, what are your thoughts around these? Thoughts, concerns, questions?
Initial thoughts. So the paid project is what was like, it was strenuous
Mm-hmm.
and I learned a lot. Let me see if I can. So within the paid project, I had to put together a 5 to 7 page strategic diagnosis of the podcast, why it's not growing on Spotify, ways in which I believe it could grow, things that we need to implement. One thing in particularly that they are not doing is they are not utilizing social media to grow their podcast. They are also not leveraging
Mm.
their newsletter to grow their podcast. So their current audience only knows what they share with their audience or it's people that just find them on Spotify. So I kind of pulled together some ways that their audience was misaligned. I looked at their top performers to see how their top performers were performing and why they performed that well. Looked at the last 90 days episodes, pulled out some SEO, some keywords that we can pull from, how we can increase retention because right now, like at 15 minutes in the episode, only 59% of their audience is still listening. So
Mm.
like increasing the beginning of that episode to make it more audience friendly, adding
Mm-hmm.
segments, more cuts, more interesting conversations, really pulling the story together. So this was the paid project that took me 3 days to put together because it was a very deep diagnosis that we had to do of this podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely in depth. Okay.
Yes, which also had me in my analytical brain for a second. So I'm curious to see what my analytical partner has pulled
I've
from
come
his
up with.
podcast thing to see how we can put those together to do that. On the story wise, so it was a diagnosis, and then we had to map out 3 episodes for the podcast. So I literally scripted from start to finish based on their past episodes,
Mm-hmm.
3 brand new episodes that they could record right now and launch with a complete script and sound bites from clients. So we have a start.
We do. So how often do they put out their podcast?
The goal is twice a week. Right now, they only do once a week. Of course, when you do it twice a week, you're doubling your numbers. So I want
Mm-hmm.
to maintain twice a week, which is their goal. One being a guest episode, the other one being some type of information-based episode.
Got it. And so these three, what are they? Like type wise, information or guest?
Both. And one of them is an information-based episode. The other one is a specific guest episode. And then the last one is a repurposed episode from the past that we can run back as like a rewind, but it has a whole new different feel and a whole new different conversation utilizing the same audio from that. So like timestamps and
Love it.
everything.
Okay. I love that. So then you can see how receptive they are to the suggested changes,
Mm-hmm.
and compare those same numbers or
Mm-hmm.
these numbers with those numbers. Okay, love it. And then how often do they pull out the newsletter?
Right now, they only put out their newsletter once a week, but it's around their entire company. What I proposed is putting together a newsletter that speaks to the podcast only.
Mm-hmm.
Um, has a clear CTA driving people to the episode, and that episode only being driven to the Spotify download version of that episode. Because right now, they're just like,
Mm,
check out the latest episode. And it's like a Apple Podcast. If you want to grow on Spotify, we
mm,
need to take them directly to Spotify.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I was
Okay.
also
Uh-huh.
playing around yesterday with Substack for myself, and I realized I
Mm-hmm.
could actually implement Substack for them and
Mm-hmm.
turning some of the older episodes into Substack posts that lead them directly to the
The
Spotify episode
podcast.
for download
Mm.
as well. So I'm constantly pulling new things and learning new things, but this is the first time I ever had like a KPI driven position where it's like, let's hit these goals by this much. And I'm like, how do we do this realistically? Like, God, you put me here, but like, really, how does this look? Like, people do this all the time, but how do we do this?
I do like this. So when you say, well, how you do this, to answer that question first, is like the repurpose, right? So you have some numbers that you can already start with and see how your method responds to their audience, right? And you test and tweak from there. And so I do think it's great that we're putting out 2 a week so that at least that first month we can really beta test some stuff
Mm-hmm.
and really have some hardcore numbers at the end of 30 days. And so then we reanalyze what has happened, what we did based on your partner's strategy, your strategy. How does it look for us moving forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would be interested in what his KPIs are.
Same.
Um, I would ask for that just because you guys
Well,
will be working in
we
tandem.
meet next week, so
Yes,
but
I would
yeah.
definitely ask during that time because you guys are working in tandem. So you need to know how you both can support each other to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So if he knows like some of his KPIs are tied to you and vice versa, then There'll be a reason to make some stuff shake, right?
Yeah.
Um, when you say that the current newsletter is about the whole company, what does that mean?
So the company is called Happen to Your Career.
Okay.
And the objective of the entire company is for you to create a career that changes the way you think about life and
Mm.
helps you reach the life goals that you desire. So this is non-traditional careers. This is if you want to spend more time with your kids, how do you make your work support that?
I love it. I love it.
And so
So
they
it
are
has
coaching.
different topics.
Yeah, but it's mostly a coaching company. He has multiple different coaches that come in, and if you are ready to make a transition within your career, our target audience is women 28 to about 45, 50.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's those who are ready for reinvention or career change. So whether you've experienced burnout, whether you're experiencing a toxic work environment, whether your current career no longer fulfills you and you're ready to transition, they help you identify your signature strengths. They help you identify specific companies that align with your values. And then they
Mm-hmm.
actually help you position yourself to obtain that position, either within a company or create that position where you currently are or negotiate a higher salary doing what you love to do.
Oh, that makes sense why they created you a position. This is just what they do. Okay, I love it.
Yes.
Um, so with because this is what my brain was really going and working, is the question is with the current newsletter, one, how are those numbers doing? If they're winning, let's see if we can tweak, i.e., if there is a whatever segments are in the newsletter, could something reference and be clickable to an episode?
And this is all stuff that I will be learning this week during onboarding. But my initial questions was, how are you leveraging clips? Is there email marketing and social media around the episode? Where are you leading listeners first? How many subscribers are on your list? What's the average open rate, click-through rate, email sent?
Mhm.
They're not leveraging clips. They're publishing one clip on Spotify and others on YouTube Shorts. They're created by an outside editing company. So the clips that are currently
Mm.
created are not very captivating. So, like, who do we
Mhm.
need to hire or bring on to create better, captivating clips? Also, I need them to create more clips per episode, not just the
Mhm.
one. The email newsletter is about 1,500. Their audience is on, oh, this was something else. I told him, I think we should be leveraging LinkedIn. He said, yeah, our audience is definitely, we should definitely be leveraging LinkedIn, but
Mhm.
they're not. Like, they're not posting anything on any social platforms like
Really?
Instagram or LinkedIn or Facebook. It's very minimal.
Mhm. Yeah.
So this was me encouraging that. And then the other girl said, there isn't a strategy for socials. Episodes are released simultaneously on the website, Spotify. Email list is about 12,000. We send to around 6,000, a little less. She didn't know click-through rates. She didn't know any of that. So that's kind of stuff that I
Mm.
want to get into and track as well.
Mhm. 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 Okay. 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 I do feel this is a sidebar, but on par that LinkedIn is your gold mine.
I think
Because
so.
when I was doing Patrice's program, looking for Patrice's program, all the things Patrice's program, I was on LinkedIn. Like, I didn't like my job. Oh, well, I love what I did. I didn't like the people, right? The culture. So that is my gold mine. So I feel like people are on there because their job firewall allows them to be on there. They
Mm,
can't be nowhere else. Sometimes YouTube, excuse me. So YouTube and LinkedIn, if they normally have a corporate job, that firewall lets those two through. And while they are working, these are the places that they are. They'll either have one screen up with what they're working on that people can see, and one screen in one of those other two places. Or they'll have YouTube playing in the background, playlists, things like that. Because I was listening to podcasts and all that stuff in my ear but it was easier to have it in the computer because I looked like I was doing work even when I was searching for a new job. Um, LinkedIn ads would like, yeah, I just think both of those places to increase foot traffic and storytelling
Mm-hmm.
would be a win for you guys. And I think that would be an easy, I think you'll be able to do more than 5x.
That's the
Honestly.
hope because there are incentives for where we at here. If mm,
Okay.
so prorated for now, monthly starting
Mm-hmm.
next increases to this if we achieve 5x. But if we exceed 5x by 25% the quarter, we get additional bonuses.
Okay. We're here. Okay, so then yeah.
So these
I
are the goals.
honestly think that those should be your focus.
Mm-hmm.
I think that um I don't know how the Spotify situation really works because um or not how it works. I understand how it works. What I'm thinking of is how they can access it, right? If they're listening to their phones, if they have access to their phones, everything you just said about driving traffic there, yes, yes, and yes, right? Um, but what my brain was still processing is which place do we beta test driving traffic there? I like the ideas that you were sharing, but if I was at work, I don't have Spotify on my work computer. So if I'm reading your LinkedIn post, I 9 times out of 10 would suggest driving them to YouTube.
But the goal is for them to grow Spotify. That's the KPI. I need to focus on new clients from
Or
Spotify
Spotify.
listeners. Hmm. So whether that be downloading the podcast onto your phone and listening to it from your phone,
Okay.
or even opening up Spotify since you can create a free Spotify account and listen on Spotify. Even that alone could be its own email. Like, hey, did you know that you can listen to us on Spotify? Here are the steps to take it right now. Whether you're at work, whether you're in the car, you can click this link. Here's the download to the actual app. Subscribe. All you gotta do is click this button. Like sometimes people don't even know what they don't even know. So
That's true. That's a good ad, honestly.
yeah.
Okay. Well, there we have it. So that is the goal. Are there other episodes that you saw that could be repurposed?
Oh, tons. But for the paid project, I only had to do three. So I was like,
Okay.
we just gonna do these three. But yeah, tons. They have over 700 episodes.
Okay. Well, honestly, based on whatever his strategy is that he comes up with, I would find a way to make sure you're able to get at least 4 in that first month.
That's the goal.
Because then you have the past numbers that you can show proof with the new numbers.
Hmm.
So there's already a baseline set, and you don't have to worry about creating a baseline first month, testing the baseline second month, and then like doing a sprint third month.
Yeah. And I think from what I've heard about him, he's grown brands to hundreds and millions of followers. So I'm thinking he is more of a hook type deal, like the social media where you really know how to strong, powerful hook, keep it retention, which is something that's fallen off on Spotify, is the retention rates. People aren't listening past a certain time. So how do we increase that by incorporating a powerful hook to grow the podcast even more? Because people are going to listen longer. And Spotify is going to recommend more episodes when they see people actually consuming more watch hours within that. So how do we bring together that powerful hook with an episode that's also valuable with a powerful call to action that leads you to do something, book a call with our people.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I like this. So, what type of support do you feel that you need that you can forecast and see that may be missing? Um, that we can think of while we or speak on while we're in the mastermind.
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I don't know yet. Like,
Go ahead.
yeah, I don't know yet. For sure, copywriting. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, because if we're writing newsletters, but then again, I have no issue with writing copy. I don't know yet. I'm just curious to meet my other half and see what he
Okay.
knows.
One that comes up for me is if they're already paying this company to do the clips,
Mm-hmm.
is it worth your time to quote unquote train them to get on board with this new strategy? Or is it worth a referral? And in my head, that referral has something to do with the iron agency
Mm-mm.
that uses.
Then I
Uh-huh.
would need to build out that on the back end, and I don't want to build that out on the back end.
Well, I was gonna say use a munch or
Oh,
oculus.
Opus Clips. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I thought about pitching services, but I'm trying to put myself in a position where I'm not trying to do all the things and I'm just doing what I'm hired for.
Okay.
This is my new,
I'm here. Listen, I support it.
because
Okay.
I can do all the things, but that
I
doesn't mean I,
know. And we don't want you to. We want
no,
you to
you
be
don't.
able to be financially stable and have freedom
Yes.
to really enjoy life and do more than just work.
Yes.
So that we're not thinking that because the sun's out, I got more time.
I mean, it's true though. The sun is out and I got
But
more
you can
time.
have more
But yeah,
time to play, not work.
that's true. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Well, I guess our strategy would be beta test, pass, whatever you have a baseline for, and then compare the in the 30, adjust in the 60, and not sprint in 90, but really reach the goal in 90.
my goal would be, and I don't know how realistic this is or if I'm just overfishing, but 5x and 30 maintain in okay, realistically, 5x and 60 maintain in the last 30.
That's fair. Because I mean, honestly, with what you're saying, you possibly can 5x in 30 in at least two of the categories. I don't know about the third category, right? Which is calls or sales or whatever you called it.
Yeah.
Right? But as far as like Spotify numbers, listening retention, all of those, I do think you can do that because you already have a baseline to compare it to if you are doing
Mm-hmm.
the old repurpose, whatever. Um, because I want you to be able to specifically point to the thing you're doing that does the increase.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just, oh, I'm doing all the things and we've increased. How do we know exactly what thing did the thing so we can rinse and repeat the thing, right? So is it
That
the
is a great
newsletter?
question.
Is it because you can do, what do they call them? Tails, tags, something on links so
Mm-hmm.
that you know exactly where the traffic is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because you do want to just be able to, for your sanity and freedom, rinse
Track.
and repeat.
Yeah.
And not just track, but literally just rinse and repeat. Because tracking is part of it, but if you know those things that really hit the gas and add some fuel and flame to it, then maybe we can remove some things and just focus on those 3 instead of 5.
Yeah. Okay. So I gotta figure that out.
Yeah, I think they're called tags.
There. There is
Okay.
ways. I know for sure there's ways to tag via email with links. I'm trying to figure out. So like, let's say we were to utilize something like even a mini chat, and every clip was to the episode on Spotify. I could tag that way. With every email list, we could tag that way. But as far as the conversions from listener to first time call, that is where I need to figure out how.
I think that's on your partner's end. I think when they come in, whatever type of information capture that we're doing, that needs to be one of the identifiers or questions.
Yeah.
And that's where it's kind of like the tag team comes in so that it supports you in reaching your KPIs, but also supports him in whatever some of his KPIs may be. But I don't think that is, I mean, there is a thing you can pay for that does track some of that stuff that I've heard people use before. I'm not well versed in it. However, that is an easy fix with just him capturing that data upon entry. Like,
Okay.
where did you hear about us from? Spotify. Oh, great. Is this your first time connecting with us? Like,
Mm-hmm.
that information capture just needs to be crystal clear and pure and pointing straight to KPIs.
Yeah. Yeah. And even if we were to figure out how to tag each individual episode. So maybe it's something if the call to action is to click there, but that link is tagged to an episode specifically. Like each
Mm-hmm.
episode has a specific link tag. And so we know that this episode drove this many clicks, and these people, based on this many clicks, came through and signed up. See, this is that part of the job that I don't like, but
Right. But that's the tag team with him.
yeah,
But you need to know exactly just this, that you
yeah,
can speak to that during the mastermind and say, for us to know this information clearly and solid, this is where you can support me.
yeah,
And like have this open air meeting so that they know that as well, so that they can provide both of you guys whatever support you need so that you can support one another. But knowing what support you need to help you reach those KPIs is important.
all right. So
Mhm.
that's where we are.
I love it. I love it. We have a strategy. We don't have a
We have
plan.
a
We
strategy.
have a strategy.
Yeah.
And we have an ask or support from your counterpart thus far. And I think that will spiral into so much more when you guys meet in person.
Same.
I'm excited, girl.
Me too. Me too.
Look at God doing what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now. Sharika, how you doing?
Hey, yeah,
You must be driving because we can hear
can you
you
hear
because
me
you
okay?
sound. There you go.
Yep.
Okay, no, I am actually in the airport. I didn't think I was going to be on this call because I should have been on a flight, but it got delayed, so I thought I would just hop on. So I don't know if I can share much if y'all can't hear me. So
Well, we can hear you. So great. I'm glad you jumped on in. And safe travels wherever we're
yeah,
going to and from.
came back from Miami and celebrate a friend's birthday and heading home.
Love, love. That's good travel. That's really good travel. So, do we
Yeah,
have any wins for this week? What is going on with you?
everything that we talked about last time, but I do feel like right after I was able to post online, when I was saying that one of my goals is to be more visible, and I just posted about that. So I'm like, I was trying to figure out what do I say, what do I post, and I just said I'm trying to be more visible, basically. And I posted to that. So I was proud of that, and I didn't go back and check for life. So I just posted. I said what I had to say. So I feel like that was and then I also did. I remember you saying something about going on chat GPT and working out like a plan. I'd have to go back and look at what the question was for it. But I also did that too, which was really helpful and gave me some ideas in my mind.
I
I
love
don't
it.
feel like I do a lot of homework to you know, be a person don't struggle.
Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. And just know you have those lurkers that, as I say, DIY in the dark. So even if the post didn't get that
Mm-hmm.
much traction, because they relate to
Mm-hmm.
you, because they are you, a few steps behind
Yeah.
you, um, it
Mm-hmm.
resonated. And the more you
Mm-hmm.
continue to do that and show improve, the more they'll be like, okay, she did what she said she was gonna do. Let me see about her because she really might
Yeah.
be about that life.
And I do remember we also were talking about like planning
Mhm.
for the quarter, and I did put in my calendar. You're gonna be out of town, so we can look at this again next time. You know, I made cushion for being out of town, so I don't feel behind. So that feels also like a win.
That is a big win. Good job, good job. I'm loving all of this. Okay. And so I think I heard you say you were working on your homework. Have we put more thought into like what matriculation would look like for a potential client, like how you would want to move them through their client journey? I know you said you were on Chat GPT.
Right. And we were talking about like rebranding, and that's what it was. I asked, like, you were saying you need to figure out who you are and what you want to say. And that was probably the reason why I was having a hard time being online because I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't sure about how I want to present myself. And so I've been putting a lot of thought into that. And but also wanting to make sure that each time I reach out, um, I give people some sort of call to action. So the last email I sent, I have a retreat that I do in the fall, and this year I just decided just keep people engaged to say, hey, these are the 3 weekends I'm thinking about. Which one of these makes you more available? And it was cool to see that some people were actually responding already to
Good.
that. So just making sure I get some level of engagement back when I put things out.
I mean, hey, it's never too early when you're doing events to actually know because I'm a big proponent, and Bree, in her past life of event planning, will encourage you to sell out before time. So there is no worry. There is no concern about, you know, can I get them this swag? Because, like you said, you've engaged them, you know what's best for them. You go ahead and
Right.
put it out there. So that's wonderful. Um, how are we feeling about, because you told them you were taking a break in March, your community? How are
Right.
we? I know it's only like, the first week,
Yeah.
however, like, how are
Mhm.
we feeling? Do we have any more clarity or resolve about how we want to show back up?
Yeah, so I told them I would take a break from going live. So I was doing a live every Tuesday morning at 8. And because that's a habit, I've done it for 5 years. Last Tuesday, I got up at 5, 8, and posted something in the group. And so I feel like just because I'm not going live doesn't mean I'm not going to be present here. At one point, I thought maybe the group would be gone, but I don't think that's the case. I think that I'll just show up differently in the group and I'll
Okay.
be more live in other places, like when I do a class or if we do one-on-one. If I make live less acceptable, then I might turn around more actual clients.
Okay.
That's what I'm
I love
thinking.
this. Um, and then have we thought about asking them what they like most about your lives? Since they would hit you up and be like, hey, where you been? Where you at?
That's a really good question, Jateya. No, I have not. That's a good one. That might be the next thing I post. Like, oh, as I'm thinking through this, I'm planning for what it's going to look like in April. What has been most valuable to you? I love that.
Because even if you have those, like you said, that were watching the replay, just to know why they love it so much, other than the fact that it's now a habit for them, um, to have that data grabbing information can possibly help you show up better in um a paid position, right? So, like you
Right.
said, if it is you just showing up live for your trainings and your coaching and things, um, that's when they get that piece fed because now they're going to be starving for it because it's no longer. Um, but just put some food and thought into that. And I don't even know why I'm trying to think. I can look at my notes. But I think that was like the main things that we discussed for you last time and getting some more momentum
Yeah.
and
And, it's
clarity.
more about like not living the life. it was more like not letting my excuse and all of that online. Like by be pulling back from that, I have to like show up in other ways. So
Okay. Okay. So anything you need from us, questions, concerns?
no, I mean I feel like I don't know how loud it is for you guys. I don't mind
I mean, it's
to
fine for me
you.
as
So
long as
that's
when
not
we
so
can
distracting.
actually hear you. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, no, at this moment I can't really think of anything at the moment, but if I have a question, I'll pop back in for sure.
Okie dokie, Smokey. Mrs. Bree Clack Carroll with a fresh, what they call that? Blowout.
Girl. Can y'all hear me? Hey.
Hey, boo, hey.
Happy
What's our
Monday.
wins?
I know I have some. Let me think about it. Oh, I have an alignment win that has nothing to do with this, but we talked about it. My
Okay.
alignment win was I had an opportunity to interview for a promotion out in California, and it would have took me to California early. But the alignment win, I know, Micayla, I'm still coming in a year and a half. The alignment
I
win
guess I
is
should.
that, right, the alignment win is that I actually told them that I'd be there in a year and a half because I think they'd want me to be there like ASAP, and that would have my family disjointed, and it felt very like chasing ambition. And yeah, it just didn't feel very aligned. But it hurt to send that message and be like, I know I got the interview, but mm, right. So I think that was a win. It felt very mature. It felt very like I am doing the right thing. So part of me is like grateful to be like, I am mature in this way. But also, the win that came out of that was the gentleman who would have been the interviewer was like, oh, thank you for telling us. You actually came recommended by this person, and this person. And when you are coming this way, let us know, right? So that was the positive, because I think part of my wrestle with that one was like, do I am I making these excuses because I'm afraid to interview, because I'm afraid of being rejected, because I don't feel like I'm that girl in engineering? Like, part of my thought process that way. And then the other part was just like, okay, some of those things can be true. Yes, you probably are nervous about interviewing. Yes, you probably are questioning yourself in this position, but oh, by the way, the real reason behind this is like, you say you are aligned, and you say value, your family is like a core value of yours. You gonna act like it or no? Right. And it's that stuff that is like, oh, if we gonna live epic, we gonna get aligned in the things that we say that we want to do. And sometimes that means turning down the opportunity. And sometimes that means trusting that the timing is going to be right for the opportunity that is for us. And it doesn't have to feel graspy, and I don't have to bend over backwards and sacrifice. And there are going to be times when I am going to be required to work and be diligent and do those things, but not at the detriment. So that was my win. What else was a win? Jateya knows this is not a win. This is something that I need to do, but I'm gonna say it out loud. I'm supposed to be submitting for YouVersion uh to have a devotional feature. We're gonna see if we get to that tonight. I don't know if that's gonna be happen, but I also am content in the fact that they're gonna open up submissions again. So we'll see what happens between now and midnight to see if the submission actually happens. Again, I'm not worried. I'm in the thing. They're gonna open it up again for submissions, not graspy, not chasing. They Okay, baby. Rock, paper, shoot works. Right? Rock, paper, scissors. They they gonna rock, paper, shoot over who's getting in the shower. Yes, ma'am.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot, but the last time we went in the shower fit.
Oh. Oh, well then why you doing rock, paper, scissors, shoot?
I told him that he was there.
Oh, okay. Well, tell Donovan to go first. And you get your clothes. Ma'am, come get your clothes. I apologize. And this is living, and this is living ethic, right? Like alignment. I feel like I had another win. Oh, I got my interior book design back, and she's very pretty. I need to give her comments. What else?
You outside.
I am a little bit.
You posting.
I am, but I'm also like, I need this. So here's the thing. Also, lesson learned. Um, to align with Sharika. I was like, I am posting on Instagram to be outside. That's not the strategy. That's not what I said I was doing. I said I was gonna be on Substack. So if I'm a post, it needs to be long form, which takes me out of my comfort zone of like I could just shoot some content and just put some on Instagram. Like that's easy. That's like I know how to do that versus being more intentional about what am I sharing on Substack that will lead to the promotion of the book, that will lead to building authority. I don't like that. But like to be transparent so that people be like, I like her. I buy her book. Right? I think that is the shift of like, I can show up, but am I showing up the way I need to that aligns with the plan that I put in place? And I think that's the difference, which is why I was like, oh, yep, I was showing up. And I'm still going to show up all month long, but it's got to be over here. And that's just going to look differently on this platform versus that platform because Substack, long form. So I'm showing up every day, which means I'm writing but you're not gonna see it until about once a month, right? Not once a month, like weekly. That's the goal to have weekly intervals. But that don't start according to my plan until April. So I'm doing the backlog of I will have things that are ready to fire out for April, for every week in April, because the book launch, her looking at my calendar, is not actually happening till May because March is crazy. So the fact that I thought that I was going to do anything in March was straight optimism. What else? There was one other win, and I have a munchkin. Yes, ma'am. You need to wash your hands. Is that marker? Oh, we can do your nails another time, sweetheart. So there was one more win, and I can't remember it now. Interior. Oh, and I started doing the website. That was the other thing. And it's just the breecarroll.com, which is the author website, because what I realized is I have a military spouse magazine column, which I may or may not. I will use it as I need it. I need to use it because also we already said we're not tipping back into the military bubble, but
You
they
can
can
add it to
buy
your
the book.
Substack.
I can, right. Can add it there too. And then I need to direct people to that domain at least, and then really the links on the side is going to say newsletter and it's going to take you to Substack. It's going to say read more and it's going to take you to Substack. So it's not building out a whole website, but just a landing page that's like, and or it'll take you to where the book is, where you can purchase the book. So
What if that was your Substack instead?
it can be the Substack instead. I just have to change direct the domain to Substack. I could.
I'm also in the process of building my Substack because I'm moving everything away from the typical
It's a
blog.
beautiful thing.
It is. It really
When I
is.
tell you Substack has everything, and I love it. But the part that it being free
Hmm.
troubles me. But I own the domain. I can always redirect and just
And
save
that
some
is
stuff.
only it being free from what you don't charge for. You can still charge for stuff within your Substack.
No. I'm saying I'm not charging nobody anything right now because the oney money I want them to spend is on this book. Now, as we bring back Epic Select, which I've decided to do. Don't come for my life or rush me because I see y'all faces. But when Epic Select comes back, that will be the paid tier on Substack.
Understood.
But we're not there yet. I need y'all to buy this book.
Understood. Can I share my screen real quick?
Yes, I would love to see what's going on. And hey, girl, because I've been trying to see your face for a while.
Girl, we gonna catch up. We got wins. You kind of missed it, but we got wins. So I follow this guy on Substack. I love how he kind of mapped out everything for his Substack. Yes, he has a main website, but his main website is just to work with him directly. But first off, if you want to follow Substack, he's a good one too. But just if this was your website, your Substack, having everything, you know, Epic Select, military marriage, community, all the things. Of course, your notes are here, so you're good to go. The Epic podcast could be linked. He does an external link because he wants other people on different platforms, but his challenges, the courses, I'm adding my courses into my Substack because I thought I needed to build out a separate course platform.
And
So
you don't. It
no,
has it all right there, but it's
yeah,
free, and that makes me nervous. But go ahead. I'm here
yes.
for it.
So this is just one that I was going to lead up as an example. You also talked about YouVersion, so I dropped the application for you to become a content partner in the chat. That's the second one, as well as the website where you can access all the content partner information, which
I thought they
is,
weren't taking English people in English, American English speakers right now. They closed it
and
for
they may
English
come back to
speakers.
you and say that, but this is still open. So
Touche.
apply, see what happens. You
Touche.
never know. So I dropped the links in case you are ready to do your YouVersion content partner stuff. That's it. That's all I got.
And to clarify, I appreciate that link because I still am going to apply that way. I am in Entrusted Women. It's the Christian, it's several of us in there, but it's a Christian women, Christian authors, Black, that's the word I'm missing. Black Christian authors. Minority maybe is the better terminology because we have some wonderful Asians and Hispanic ladies in there too. But the point is, it's a through Entrusted Women. They're already a person, and you can submit through them with your stuff. So it's another in. But thank you for the application. And did you drop his Substack in the chat too? Yeah, drop old buddy. I need to look at his because it's another girl on there. So Micayla, okay, catch all y'all up. One of the other future visions for Epic is a magazine or having tangible things. Um, like I even want to do letters. Like I want people to get mail that's not a bill. I don't know why that speaks so much to me, but I really need that in my adult life. So there's a girl who actually built out a magazine using her Substack and all of that. So
I
this
saw
will
your
be in
comment. I was doing research on my own for Substack, and then I was like, ooh, because I used to have a magazine too, and I'm like, this is a great way to reincorporate that. And then I would just scroll, and I was about to be like, thank you. And I saw Bree, and I was like, oh, hey, Bree. So yeah,
research, friend. Yes. I
research.
love it. I love it. So those are the wins. And yes, you're right, Micayla. I can just point the domain there. And I need to just be okay with pointing the domain there. Okay. I'm sorry. Did you have a follow-up question, ma'am?
I have plenty.
I say I knew she did.
I was just holding my mule until the end
Not
because
holding
I'm like one proud mama bear over here. I was like, listen at these. My heart is full. Okay. One win that you left out is that you're actually excited about the interior. Not that she did a good job, but y'all, she sent me a voice note and she was like, I'm excited. And I could hear the excitement in her voice. That is a win. Because
It is
Bree
a
be
win.
fighting. And I mean fighting for her life like she Muhammad Ali in the ring, okay? And so that made me excited. That is a big win. Everything Micayla said, and then y'all touched on something else that I was going to say. Oh, the fact that you should just apply late or not and let them tell you, even if it's tomorrow.
You're right. You're right.
We won't tell ourselves no. We're not counting ourselves out. We're going to shoot the shot.
Yeah, we're gonna shoot the shot.
And you got a book.
Well, and that's the whole point of, so really, one, I'm in the group because I'm like, I am looking at Epic as a stepping stone to what I don't know. I'm just gonna be open. I'm like this, Lord, what you putting here? Because I'm just doing what you told me to do. So I'm putting myself in proximity to be like, oh, okay, that is for me. Nope, that's not mine. Right? It is or it's not, just like the position. Um, and with that, this just gave the opportunity to do the U version. But one of the things that I was most excited about for the book, because I know I would like the book to be a journal. I think I've landed on a journal versus a workbook. Um, I would like the book to have a solely faith-based devotional to go with it, because right now it is written, and intentionally so, to be inclusive for people who may not, you know, be in this walk of faith, trying to be Christ-like, right? There may be other religions. They can still read that book because I wrote it in a way that's like, which is true to myself. I still love you, right? I'm just going to tell you and parallel these concepts with the word. But I do want something that is more devotional, more like deep dive into like, how do we parallel this to scripture, what those scriptures are. Now let's be clear, this scripture are already in the book, so I could just use what's already in the book. But I also am like, it makes me think of like, we out here Nehemiah building this wall and we not coming down, which makes me go in that direction. But so U version is in the plan. It's just, when does it pop up in the plan? Whenever the Lord allows. I'm not, again, y'all know, I'm just out here. I'm outside. I'm just walking around looking at stuff I ain't seen before, just
That was it. The outside on Instagram. So the outside on Instagram, I feel like, is the visual depiction of what they get from Substack.
mm-hmm.
It's from the Cliff Noters. I'm a Cliff Noter.
Yes.
I
Mm-hmm.
am not, I've never been a Twitter girl. I try so hard. I'm not a Threads girl. It ain't in me.
Mm-hmm.
So I promote, which you missed part of Micayla's conversation, was the
What, baby?
parallel branding, or parallel, what is it called, Micayla? Parallel
Parallel building.
building.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the parallel building, and you're building from both
Yes.
directions.
Yes.
And so give me the visuals, let the readers read and create their own visuals, and then let it be that. So
Oh,
you
I
showing up.
100% agree. I just need to do them in my mind. I have to do it in different order, because what I was doing, well,
I don't think so, because Substack is you're banking stuff. Whereas Instagram, you're showing up, and I feel like it's a primer for your Substack.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can even then do a clip of you working on your Substack
true.
as one of your accountability days that drives people there, so that it builds the traffic there, but there's stuff already there for them to engage in, and then they're locked in, and then you already have that bank of stuff you've been writing that keeps them in the flow.
I like this. We can.
And
It's an
that same
and.
accountability can be on your Substack, period. Because now you got this new audience you're already introducing yourself and your accountability. You're asking people to hold you accountable, and you're telling them what you want to do on Substack.
True.
So you're showing the epic. Same with Shrika, it's saying, oh, she really bought that life, so let me go mess with her over here.
Mm-hmm.
That was the other thing I was gonna say. I was trying to hold my mule to the end. So yeah, I'm
I'm here
loving
for it.
it. Is
So,
there any audibles we need to look at when it comes to what we laid out as far as the quote unquote plan?
so I think I just need to be submitted to this planning process taking all of March. And the
Okay.
reason why I say that is because if I was doing Plan to Win Bree's way, which is not what
Which
Jateya
is what
told
you
us to do.
did last
Hold
time.
on, hold on. All I was gonna say is, I would have fleshed out the plan and we would have been done and we could be doing stuff. But the reality is my March is jumping. Let's just say daylight savings time has already whooped my behind for the week. And I know I have my in-laws coming this week. And then my baby had a field trip. I was like, baby, I can't do the field trip. And then we got a tour at the Pentagon. And then the next week, and then my parents and my in-laws both gonna be at my house. And then by the end of that week, we're gonna be in Atlanta. And then the next week, that's my baby birthday. And then the week after that, it's spring break and it's April. So like I have no real capacity in March to do anything but plan to win in April, May, and like that's all I can. I just need to focus on the plan because part of me last week was like, no, but I can maximize March. No, but I still got I could do something in March. No, I can't. I can't. It don't make sense. I'm not gonna enjoy all the stuff and my anniversary this month. Oh, Micayla, you got an anniversary coming up, friend.
Oh no, I got some time. June.
You in June? What's in March? It's fine. We'll circle back.
She said,
Like, I was like, something is coming up. What was it?
no, Micayla got an and for you. That's what the hand
Oh,
was.
go ahead. What's the end?
And
What was the end?
I don't have an end. I just have a lesson that I have learned by being a part of Jateya's plan to win. And I don't think maximizing March is wisdom because you planned on spending more time with your family and you planned on epic prioritizing your family. And so the fact that you planned all this stuff means that you are actually winning in the month of March. You are not postponing your win till April. So basically, the
Ain't
plan is
nothing on
still the
that wall. Stop
plan.
looking around.
The plan is still the plan and it's working according to plan. You are just prioritizing different things in this month than you were doing in the next month. So
Facts.
thank you, Jateya. That's all I had.
thank
Yeah.
you, Micayla. She is technically sticking to the plan. And I was sitting over here like, I said it in December. I'm going to say it again this year. God is slowing us down to speed us up.
Facts.
We are, we always over, what is it? Over promise, but we also over deliver. But that comes with burnout, that comes with regret, that comes with frustration, that comes with forcing, that comes with not being in alignment. This is like that catapult. Like Micayla was talking earlier about how she used to be a slingshot, not a catapult. And she was not, she was missing the aim. So now it's like we're slowing down, we're doing the pulling the back, and it's gonna be like you're gonna get so much leverage under you that you actually land on the mark. So we have to learn to be okay, which her shooting is included, and being like, but God, and he'd be like, that ain't what I said. And I'd be like, but
Facts.
God, I have shown and proved that and he'd be like, but that ain't what I said.
It ain't.
This is the season to slow down in order to truly speed up. Because I've watched your journeys. I've been in my own journey where it's skipping steps. It's skipping steps. It's jumping. It's forcing. We what's the long jump? Like we just to land and miss the mark and then be frustrated. And we do it again and again and again. And we have to slow down in order to
True.
speed up because we are made for more. We have the visions, we have the downloads, we know what it's supposed to be, but we have to uncondition or recalibrate in order to get back to how he really truly designed us. And we got to slow down in order to speed up. So, all that clap back Micayla just gave you, thank you, Micayla.
I receive it. That's fine. That was wisdom.
A whole word. A whole word.
Because you're right. It's epic is definitely ands.
Yeah. And we
It's
talked
all
about
the
this as
means.
part of your plan.
Show list.
We did.
Yep.
Mom's
Yep.
birthday, sister's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Like we knew these things were in the cards. So we
And
just
it's
had to slow
epic.
down.
It's literally your community. Like these are your people. Legit,
Exactly.
your people by blood and marriage. So
Right.
this season is just
Touche.
community looks different. It's not community in other zip codes or community around authors. It's community and family.
which is also very aligned because part of what I was talking about with Epic is we are quick to do things for people outside or in these internet streets. And how much are we showing up and serving the people that are right in our house?
Mm.
I could plan in a whole event for a client, but I can't plan a birthday for my baby. I could show up and be willing to give advice for somebody else, but I can't sit on the phone and listen to my sister or my friend. Like,
Come on,
that ain't
alignment.
it. Hmm?
I said, come on,
Right.
alignment.
So that is definitely what March is. I was like, oh, but it is me recognizing a pattern of like March gonna look like this every March, right? Because it is these milestones and these celebrations and things. And it's like, oh, I just need to take a pause and be like, March is gonna feel like this. April, I might have some capacity to build. May is also going to be celebratory because I feel like at this point, May is my birthday, and that's when I just so happen to launch everything in life, a business, a book, everything just ends up being launched in May. Gift to self. So it's just identifying the patterns and being okay with like, oh, okay.
And even, well, yes, to being okay with it. But from the business standpoint, knowing what these ebbs and flows are so that we're not over functioning. Like we
Correct.
just can, we literally, y'all, well, I think y'all know the ABCs of clarity by now. Accept, believe, connect the dots, and connect with people who can help you connect the dots, right? ABCs of clarity. But accepting is number one. So like you said, being okay with it. And then believing that this is our normal so that that can be your, what do they call it at the end of the corporate year? Fiscal year. That's your fiscal year. Your fiscal year truly starts in May. That's when your fiscal year starts.
Yeah,
Most
true.
corporates' fiscal year is October. It's not January
October.
to December. Because then my fiscal year starts in May because it's a whirlwind in March and April is the ding, and we're going to kick off and celebrate and do all the things in the beginning of the year. When our budget is full, the purse is full, and we start our budgeting for doing all the things.
I like it.
I'm glad you mentioned fiscal year because I didn't even know that's what that meant. Now I see in my contract, my deadlines are about fiscal years. So now I know what I need to be looking at.
For sure. Like knowing your ebbs and flows allows you to truly be in alignment and ebb and flow with your business, as long as it's in alignment with your life, which is why we start with what are these life milestones? When's the birthdays? When's the anniversaries? So that you create the business around your life and not how we do it at work, where we got to put in PTO because our life is life in. And they still be being like, well, let me see if I can approve you. No, shawty. I'm creating my own. I'm going to be off. This triple O is going to be on. Okay. So, yes, working on accepting it. But that is like the underlying focus when it comes to the business because, yeah, beginning of fiscal year, that's when budgets are big. When you're going for contracts, that's when they got the money. That's in October.
True.
September is when they trying to get rid of all the money that they got left so that they ain't got to pay taxes.
Facts.
So April, we should know you be trying to get rid of all your money, quote unquote, that's left in the budget, or you have served to your full capacity of what God told you to do come April so that you can truly celebrate in for real fashion come May. I'm celebrating obedience. I'm celebrating on launch. I'm celebrating me. All the things.
I have a question. Because I don't know, but maybe y'all know spiritually, there's something about this time of year. Do y'all know what that is? There's something about this time of year that's just like, it's new. Like it's a new year now. I don't know what it is. It feels like there's a new year now. Where it's like, I know spring and everything, but like it just feels like things are being launched. Like it's like it's not just me. It's like I see it in everybody. in all the businesses and all the areas. It's like this season is like New Year. Is that a
I
thing?
Yes, I say yes. I say yes for a multitude of reasons. Y'all know I'm spiritual and woo. So let bring it in. We're gonna start with the woo woo.
I was like Chinese New Year.
Yep, you already knew where I was going, and this
Yep.
is the year of the fire horse, not just the horse, but the fire horse. So you're shedding,
Mhm.
and y'all know my woo woo was all about how God aligned the stars and all
Because
of
he did. He
that.
created them.
He did
Yeah.
in the first 7 days, and so when it comes to that, this is the Chinese New Year, but they have been historically the most spiritually aligned when it comes to aligning their ways in their world, right? Not the American way. And so I do feel that there is some connection there because this time of year is when the old is going and the new is coming. And then just on top of it being spring and Easter and Lent, and like this year, Ramadan and Lent landed at the same time. And so there is like this purge
Mm-hmm.
so that you can be refilled and you can purge again this time of year. So you're giving your all, but you're resetting, you're recalibrating. So you have enough, um, and your cup is full to sustain the new year.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm with you, Micayla. It is like I feel it in the air. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but it's different this year, to Jateya's point, because there were a lot of, again, depending on where people fall, some people follow signs, and there
Mhm.
were a lot of signs that were saying very similar messages, whether they were believers or not. It was all very new start, shed it, like it was all the same kind of message. And then if you were like in prayer, listening to like different message, like different pastors say, it's like y'all all kind of saying the same thing too. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I definitely think that's a thing. But to Jatia's point, from my side of things, it was like cool. All of January, well, all most of January was prayer and fasting for most people.
Mhm.
Then you came into uh the season of Lent. So most people, or I shouldn't say most people, like the church that I attend on February Sunday, the first Sunday in the month fell on February 1st. So it was like that was like New Year, right? Oh, yep, because we've been doing prayer and fasting. So hey, Happy New Year, February. We here, right? And then the same with March 1st fell on a Sunday too. Am I right?
Mhm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it just is just feeling like these 2 months have felt very like I done seen people's rebrands done come out, and it's
Tons
just
of.
a lot of like new reintroduction, all that stuff. It's just everybody's feeling it. I mean, the same way everybody, well, I don't want to say everybody, I can't generalize, but the same way I quietly crept right back to corporate. The whole lot of people, the wave crept back, and there was a wave that came out, and it was like a transitionary time. And then people started changing how they did things, and that all was all happening at the same time. I was just like, it's very interesting how you can just kind of see a landscape of like everybody's feeling like this is new. And I
Mm-hmm.
think people are going to show up very differently. And I also think it's because people are desiring a different level of leadership. And it's not about like, baby, don't nobody want your yoga pants and your monochromatic workout. I'm just shooting a reel with glossy skin, walking around ain't saying nothing. People don't want aesthetic. People are looking for something deeper.
So I did an
So,
article, I don't know how many years ago, about, I call it global disruption.
mm,
And there will always be one. Rinse and repeat, as they say, history repeats itself. But when global disruption happens, priorities shift. And there is a huge global disruption that
oh
happened
yeah, it is.
just last January. That feels like it was 4 years ago, but it was just one.
Girl.
And everything that has happened since then, people's priorities have shifted. Just like with COVID, they was like, I ain't going back into the office for why? I've been successfully doing this for how long? My family's more important to me. I've seen people die. Like
Mm-hmm.
mortality's become more like priorities shift. And
Mhm.
so I really feel like with this newness, the fire horse and the shedding and all the things, is that priorities are shifting. These 18-year-old babies going to different countries to support stuff that ain't got nothing to do with them. And they may not come back home.
What about here in
Priorities
these
are
streets?
shifting.
Mm-hmm.
Gas shot up overnight from $2.69 to damn near $4 for regular. I said, what is happening?
We gonna be teleworking again. Keep playing with me.
Priorities are shifting. And so I really feel like that has a lot to do with newness. When God is like, you know what? Y'all about to F around and find out. And that's a lot of the new that you feel amongst everybody. Like Bree said, that are believers and non-believers, because even though, everybody didn't choose this, my friend told me apparently I'm snorting unicorn crack, but I believe
Mhm.
that it's for the newness. It's the realness that's about to come, and priority shifting and recalibrating and being put back in place. So I'm a snort sprinkles all day, every day, because I see the silver lining personally. Does it suck? Yeah. But I'll be that unicorn. Um, and so yeah, I think a lot of shifts are happening. I've witnessed 2 of them tonight, and I'm so excited about it. And don't make that face. So yeah, it is. It's in the air.
All right.
Ride
We
the
gonna see
wave,
where it go.
friend.
I was like, we gonna see where it go.
Ride the wave.
Cause some new ain't good. Cause I said, when people were saying Happy New Year, I was like, I'd actually like a certified pre-owned year. I would like a gently used year,
With the Carfax report,
like with a Carfax report, like a 1996 would go hard right now. I don't need a 2026.
when you
I
can
don't
still
need
work on your own car, unlike BMW creating these new screws that don't work
look
with regular screwdrivers.
when
I
I
don't know
tell
about
you
1996. I mean, for the 99 and 2000 was some good times. However, comma.
20 2006, that was a good year. Like you see,
Yeah.
just a gently used low mileage year. But a new year,
I don't know. I saw a post recently and they were like, crapola. They were basically like, oh, when you feel afraid, I'm gonna have to find it and just send it to y'all. But it was basically like something changing the wording. And it
mm,
was, instead of saying, I'm afraid, I'm uncertain. Because
mm,
fear comes from the unknown and the uncertainty. So I'm just uncertain how things will turn out. And it kind of helps recalibrate the nervous system so you can move forward and press on. Um, so when it comes to the new year, I'm uncertain, but I'm
mm.
waiting with expectation and hopeful. So just changing the verbiage to reflect what you want it to mean. Even if it's the exact same thing that they said that has a negative connotation, what is your spin? Welcome to my unicorn sprinkle crack, okay? Snort it with me. But it can be a happy new year. It comes with some uncertainty, but we're waiting in expectation for God to do what he said he was going to do.
I remember the win.
Okay, go.
I got a new homie, and her name is Claudette.
Oh, yo, listen.
Okay.
I love Claudette.
So
Claude
you
is,
moved away from Caddy?
Pro-
Shaddy?
oh, I'm going back.
Chatty
Shaddy?
G.
I'm
Yeah.
going back and
I
forth.
don't. I don't like Chatty G like that. Chatty
I
G is
share.
dumb. Chatty is dumb.
No, listen.
I was asking Chatty to do stuff with my manuscript. Chatty was like, "Huh? What? Skipping
She's
stuff, miss stuff."
strategic. She's
Chatty's
strategic. She's
Chatty.
not nurturing. I put Claude's conversation into Chatty G, and Chatty G said, "This nice and all, but it's time to make you dangerous." Verbatim. Well, I'm talking. Let's go. Bust through the door, waving the fofo in Biggie fashion. I'm here for this. And then I
Maybe I
put.
need the mass. That's what I need. I need the sachet Claudette in front of Chatty, so that
I be
Chatty can
telling. I be
pop
like,
off because Chatty is being a punk right now, and I can't.
listen, came with the guns blazing. And then I told Claude what Chatty said. Claude was like, I see her point. I see her point. However, you know, I
No,
feel like your people. And I said,
I'm
and
not
then
arguing.
created the whole website. And I just had to do the embedding and dropped it. And was like, oh, life is easy. Life is easy with Claude or
Claudette
Claudette
gave me a whole website. I was like, okay, Claudette.
in
All right.
2.2
I might have
seconds.
to check out Claudette.
Let me show you what Claudette did, child. Let me show you
Share
how.
screen.
I still have it up.
Because y'all know
Here
Allen
we go.
Iverson be coming through.
Listen.
I don't train Chatty G. Maybe that's my fault.
I
I didn't
trained
Yeah,
have
that.
I haven't had to train Claudette. Claudette just came in and was like, I know what you want.
you
Come
do.
on.
Even though I'm trying to info Claudette. I like Claude being a dude because I feel like Chatty G is a girl. So I have not edited this. I literally just dropped the code in here.
That is from Claudette.
Do you see what
Okay.
Claudette did in 2.2
Claudette did all
seconds?
of that. You see what I'm saying?
And all I did was drop it. I literally just I hit that
Matter,
copy button.
matter of fact, I got
Colors and
mine
everything.
Yeah.
still open.
And let me show you. Let me see if it's still open. Claudette gave me, let me go to my projects. Claudette said, do you want warm
My
colors?
project.
Or do you want, is this the same one? Let's see. And I was like, no, I don't like that. And he was like, all right then. Okay, purpose room. Oh, and Claudette told me because we was chatting. And I was like, I feel like I have a container that's missing, right? I'm trying to push everybody into Plan to Win into the next. And I was sharing about Sharika. And I was like, Sharika knows how to serve, where she wants to serve, but there's a lot of homework to go before she's able to truly plan, right? And Claudette said, let's call it the purpose room. And then Claudette was like, you want performance tied to purpose. And I said, yeah, I do, because I want
We
them to
do.
get paid. And Claudette said, create the purpose room. So with that being said, Claudette was like, let's do some warm colors. And this is the warm color.
Ooh.
You see what I'm saying? Claudette just be doing the
And told
thing.
me the breakdown of why the warm version feels like a room you want to walk into. The
It
burgundy reads
does.
intimate, grounded, and purposeful without feeling soft or unserious. It still has authority, it just leads with warmth before it leads with exclusivity. The gold accent carries through as a connecting thread to your broader brand. The original dark version feels more commanding and premium. It signals high stakes, high standards immediately, better for clarity lab and corporate work. My honest recommendation is the burgundy. Looked at the burgundy and I was like, yeah, but I might take y'all's feedback into consideration. Because I was like, listen, even the purpose room, I need you to get in here and get to work. I
Mm-hmm.
need you to feel the fire that God said, this is what I said do. And we not getting to the pearly gates and he looking at you like, but you ain't do what I said do. So I'm like, I feel like this warm gives too much coddling. And I ain't that person no more.
Maybe
I'm
the
not
branding needs
gentle
to give coddling
parenting.
because you're not gentle parenting. Exactly.
So I'm like, I don't want them to be confused when they come in. And so then it gave me this.
Black, black, black.
Yep.
Put on your blacks and get to
Put up,
work.
because that's where I'm at. And when they come into the purpose room, that's what we get into. I
Love
want you
that.
to profit from your purpose. And look, and then I go over here, move y'all little face out the way, and I click this little arrow, and I can
Mm-hmm.
say
Mm-hmm.
add to my project, publish
Mm-hmm.
this artifact. So all the artifacts are in one place, everything it created for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I click right here from the little eyeball to embed, and I just hit copy the code.
And
And
you
I
get the
just
whole
go to
code.
my website
And you just
And
and
did
I
that.
just drop
So,
it. I just
mm-hmm.
hit paste and it come up looking like this.
Mm-hmm.
Just like this. Just like that. I said, Claudette. Actually, I called Claude. I'm warming up to Claudette. But Claude, because Chatty G could never.
See what I'm saying?
My images would not be
Yeah.
but this presentation it gave me, this proposal it just wrote for me. Chatty G could never. However, we finally got to the perfect wording by pitting them against each other.
Okay. I'll check out Claudette.
Can
see
we
what
share
she's talking
screen? Oh,
about.
can I share screen?
You should be able to. Hold on, let's see. There you go.
Chatty, ignore all my tabs. Look, built me a whole all the words for this author website. They just need to go on Substack. Just
The engineer
all the
who
words.
learned to build
Again.
life. Go back up.
Oh, Claudette was working. Look
The
at
engineer who
Claudette.
learned to build life by design. Okay, Claudette.
Claudette is working. Okay. This was what is this? A blueprint for women ready to live the and.
That's good.
Claudette. You better get out of my business, Claudette.
She better be all in it. Okay.
Look.
Built blueprints for the life you were built for. Come on.
To where I can promote the book. And then the prayers through loneliness. That's another devotional that I'm featured in that I was like, I could put my Amazon link on here. Then gave me some testimonials. I don't know who these people are, but I appreciate all the words that Claudette came up with.
One thing I have learned in this here game is half of the people out here fraudulent, and they producing fraudulent results. However, the people out here that's producing real results trying to be way too integral. Let Claudette go on and tell the truth about you.
Look, and they were very good. I was like, okay, Claudette. Anyway, but yeah. And then it's like links to the Substack because I was like, I need to point everything to the Substack.
And Micayla, if you put the real link in there, it will hyperlink for real, the button.
So that's Claudette.
Okay, Claudette.
I can figure out how to stop sharing Claudette.
Hover over our faces.
I am on your face.
And then it don't pop up at the bottom?
It should. Hold on. Oh, there it go. There it go.
There we go. Yeah.
I
pit them against each other.
When Claudette can come up with stuff like this, I'm like, you right. Matter of fact, Claudette gave me my what we talked about, Micayla, my whole little. It took the manuscript, got me 52 quotes.
Okay.
Color coded it. Hold on. Oh, please.
Yes. It did a comparison chart for me the other day that is dope for this proposal.
Yep. Color coded it to the type of content that it was, the type of quote. Is this it?
We got you, Shrink. We got you.
Yeah. So much is going on. I'm missing. No, you good, ma'am. You good. When I tell you Claudette is for the win, I'm gonna just show you real quick, Micayla, and then I'm gonna stop. But this right here, these quotes, color coordinated, and then it tells me where it is, the theme. It done gave me a theme, gave me hashtags. I ain't asked for all of this. It just did it.
What Bree said was perfect. She said, because Chatty G hits on things and lands it, but doesn't connect it. And so you still feel disjointed and all over the place after working with Chatty G. You put this in Claude, and Claude connect all the dots for you, and your brain just work. And you be
Claudette
like,
told me what chapter they pulled the quote from. You better be organized, Claudette.
Yeah.
Listen.
That's good.
All from me just dropping it in there and saying, I need 52 quotes. Like, not a whole prompt. Because I'm not a prompt girly. Listen.
I'll even drop stuff and be like, thoughts? Question mark. What's missing? What do I need to know?
I could go to the club with Claudette. Chatty got to stay at the house. Chatty
might end you up in jail. Yeah.
Right. You can't go outside with Chatty. Chatty need bail money. Claudette is not.
Strategy just told me we got to make you dangerous. Oh, if I could literally find that immediately and show y'all, I would. Because when I read that, I said, I ain't mad. Go. Go.
But yeah, back
Okay.
to the. Well, can I get the cliff notes of the win since I missed it and we done went to Claudette anyway?
Micayla basically got a whole position created for her, not the one that she applied for, because the company she works for is also, oh, and you see how I said works for, also is in the business of helping you find a job that supports your strengths so that you can be happy. And that's what they did, and it's mutually beneficial. Um, we work through a strategy, not really a plan, until after she comes back from her mastermind on how she's going to meet her KPIs. There are bonuses involved, so that's a win. She is also standing firm in her duties with one of her clients that is a butt munch. And so she's letting them do what they do and basically not pay, but pay this little girl to do parts that she don't want to do. The position that was created for her allows her to do everything she likes to do. And the other person that they want to hire does all the stuff she doesn't want to do. What else, friend? What else? She's gonna keep this butt munch client until we pay off debt. But then this new role it pays for life, so then she can decide what she want to do with that client. She had another one that came back to her and was like, I can't pay your price, but I can pay this. And she's in a position now where she was just like, well, basically, nah, this is my translation.
Not in alignment
And
anymore.
not in alignment. She's able to stay in alignment. And did I miss anything for you?
We are mentally stepping into the mindset of an owner and not an employee.
She's graduated. I told her if I was a DJ like I wanted to be, I would play the traditional graduation song, but all I really got is bum, 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 because she has graduated into the person that can actually hold what God has been, or what God designed her to be and to do and to hold. But she's now that person and not the person that was conditioned to drop it or not even accept it or receive it.
Yep.
I'm here for all of this. This is
I
great.
like your Cliff Notes version. I need that.
It's recorded.
It is. We're gonna send it to you. Yeah, she's graduated. I gotta find that song, but
All I hear is, I want to say congratulations.
that works too.
Yeah.
I like that version. So yeah, that was basically what you missed. We talked through her strategy and questions and how she needs to be supported and that type of thing.
Good night, Sharika.
Good night, safe travels. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of transition happening, but we're still on the mark with the original plan. But there's some things that we need to wait on in this up and coming week before we can refine the plan next week.
Yep.
Okay, so ahas, takeaways, questions, and then we'll give y'all some time back to go do the thing.
My aha was an aha that I actually gave Bree because I heard it from myself too. And it was like, you realize that planning to spend time with your family is still part of the plan. Because I was sitting here trying to plan April for like a 2-week trip. And I'm like, but what about this job? And I got to figure out how I'm navigating this. It's like, you focus on March for the job. You can still take the April trip because you've already designed a life where you can work remotely from anywhere at any time. And you even just accepted a client that allows you to do that from anywhere at any time. So,
and you can even be transparent and be like, just so you know, I will be during this time spending time with family, but I'm still meet my KPI so that you can truly be released to spend time with family during April, because we'll be able to plan to get the workout. Whatever needs to happen during the time you would normally be working can be done ahead of time. You can spend time with family, and you don't have to get up early and stay up late, and you can just enjoy it.
Yep. So we're excited.
I love it.
Me too.
Yeah, My aha is that I'm living epic. Like,
Literally.
that's the point. That's
It's
the
so
whole
nice to
point.
see.
The whole point.
All of it.
And your aha, Jateya.
I don't know. I
And
was
your
just so
win.
happy. I
And
was
your
just so happy.
win.
Oh,
I need
okay,
your
so let's
win
see.
too.
Okay, so my
If she
win
don't
would
got one, I
be
got one. Go ahead.
oh, I mean, but my win would be well, one, this, right? Because I am being obedient with this and I am slowing down in order to speed up. But two, I literally am focusing on being in more of alignment with God. And so the other day I said, bring me the people like this. And literally the very next day, I got a text message and a phone call that was like, so this company reached out to me. They used to be in a building that I work for, and they want me on this contract. Can you do this? Can somebody else pay for me to be certified to do this? See if I can get in this portal so I can administer it, which
Mm-hmm.
they still ain't got back to me, but that's a whole nother conversation for another day. But he immediately did what he did. Now, why this is a really big win is because pre narcissist relationship, I was that girly. Me and God was winning. I said it, I asked, he did. I said it, I asked, he did. And we was in flow. And after that, it was just like the what is going on? The manna dried up, it stopped, it went away. I don't know what happened, right? And so now I am in expectation of him to deliver the things that I speak and ask for because there are receipts, there are proof, and I have been reminded of who I was, who I am, and who he is. And so that's the biggest win. It's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
now it's go time. It's go time. We just got to stay focused in alignment, and those whispers of doubts that have been dropped from somewhere that was on repeat, we now are aware to ignore
We didn't
and
uproot it.
recalibrate
It's uprooted. It's gone. We
that
didn't clear it
part.
out the garden.
That part. Then I met this random woman one day, and ever since then she been sending me prayers and text messages every single morning. We call her Mama Paula now, okay? One encounter, that's it. But Mama
Here
Paula
for it.
send me prayers every day. And one of them, it was a YouTube, and the lady was like, there is a difference between what do we always say? We ask God to bring like cast out. What's another prayer we pray, y'all? Like we ask him to
I
I
don't
gotta
know.
go
It's a lot of
re-listen
them.
to it. But it's like we hardly ever ask him to cast out, right? We rebuke it. That's the word. There we go. We always be like, I rebuke da 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 da. So when you said uprooted, it was like the lady gave the same analogy as uproot to cast out. And it was like cast out, then rebuke, right? And I was like, might be right. So one day in the shower, I was casting out and rebuking everything, okay? And everything started to flow. So yes, to uproot it, friend. Yes, to uproot it. But so that's a win. Y'all are a win. Um, I don't know what's going to happen with this proposal because clearly they have not gotten back to me. But I am going to reach out to her and just give her an update. I did reach out to a colleague who does a different version of it and offered that as a follow-up option for her so she can still, go forward with this thing with some real prices. Um, what's another win? I guess another win is that I done got pissed off. I've really been trying real hard on this healing journey not to have to get pissed off. But when I
Mm-mm.
get pissed off, I go hard in the paint. Like there's no excuses. There's no excuses. And I'm just like, okay, God, let's go. It's like literally how Bree's always like, let's put on your blacks, take your earrings off, and put some Vaseline on your face. That is where I am.
That's
I'm
Okay.
good.
pissed and I'm ready. So I like that energy. There's some therapists. My therapist told me I was okay right now. But some therapists be like, that ain't healthy. And I'm like, it's healthy for me.
That's
So
not true. That's a grief
that's where
cycle.
we at.
Anger is a part of the grief cycle.
I'm they don't piss me off. They don't piss me off. So,
Oh,
and last but not least, I'm finally excited about letting go. Like
Mm.
I'm at the point of just wanting to throw stuff away. Like literally, like not go through it, just throw it away. And so today
you
I did a
let me
pit
know when you
stop.
want to do it.
I did a pit stop by storage today because Costco had like the shelving and the bins on sale. So I had some of those delivered to the house the other day, Instacart, thank you, Jesus. And so I went by storage today and I put a whole box, because a lot of my boxes got messed up during the move and whatever. And so put a whole box of stuff in one of the bins, put that bin in my car, and I got a box of shoes. I only took 5 pairs out. And I got a bag to go to Goodwill with the box of shoes, and they're gonna be dropped off tomorrow. I've gone through 2 big vacuum seal bags and got a pile ready for a consignment. And so I'm ready to let go.
Yeah.
Even though it's stuff in there that I love in storage, I'm excited. Where before going to storage would give me anxiety, but I'm excited to let go. So those are my wins.
Love that. Love all of
I
it.
love it.
So what was yours for me?
Well, mine, it's kind of wrapped up in what you said, but it's this, but from I feel like Jateya has always been the coach who tell people stuff and then they
Mhm.
don't listen, they don't apply, they don't do it, or they're not ready for the
The thing.
breakthrough. And I think you're starting to see the fruit of like, see, I knew, I knew what I had said, right?
Mhm.
I feel like you're getting that confidence and that is fueling you into the new. The other part, so I feel like that's the win where you're like seeing like, yep, I've been planted those seeds. I see it. The other part of that, which was interesting, you made me think of because you said manna. I ain't say
Mhm.
manna.
Yeah.
You, if we go parallel, there was a season where it was manna, right? And
Mhm.
then they went into the promised land, took over. They were living in houses they didn't build and eating from gardens that they did not plant.
Mm.
And that's where you might be at. It's
Mm-hmm.
like,
Okay.
but the requirement there is you have to still cultivate. Like you didn't, it's here. You you asked, it's here. You cultivating it, right? So it may be, I don't know, it might be people who they done did all the beginning where they need to be
Mm.
work. Like you didn't do that. They did all the beginning work, and now they ready for you. It might be opportunities that's like, this just got your name on it. I'm gonna just live in this house. Okay.
I receive it. I receive it. Cause yeah, I don't know if I read that part yet, but I need to go read it. Oh, that was another piece. So there's this young lady I met one time, random interaction, y'all.
You and these random interactions.
Listen, and this was a couple of years ago. Went to this event, and I'm trying to pull up her message that she said. So anyway, she just followed me. Here we go, on YouTube. And so
Mm-hmm.
the other day she sent me a YouTube and it said Jateya dot dot dot. YouTube pops up. Girl, you say this all the time, and I'm realizing now why Nehemiah was so focused. He had the plan. And
Nehemiah, see?
and you said that earlier. I was like, somebody in here
Mm-hmm.
said that earlier tonight. And I was like, they're good at name again. I might need to go through this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then she goes on. So the video,
Yes. You don't have no more orange juice?
it is, but not stuff that I say. I expected somebody to like quote me verbatim. And
Mm-mm.
basically, it's this white man asking this little young white boy, you know, how does he feel? Does he feel all over the place? Does he know where to start? All the things. And the little boy's like, no. And he's like, that's because you don't have a plan. And I was like, this is true. I was expecting something else. Then she goes on to say, um, I asked her how she was doing.
Well
She was
done.
like, growing and feeling the growing pains. I'm really starting to learn how time and belonging matter. They matter so much to me. I'm tired of wasting time in places where I don't belong because so and so called and said, come. What's the plan though? The one I have for myself, ? How does the next action move me forward in the plan? Seriously, I'm dropping the weight that hinders and gaining the kind that is required for the person that soars. And she said, I'm so glad you're back on YouTube, by the way. I'm not on any other socials besides that. So it's heavenly to have you back there. It's like, girl, I ain't really back yet. I'm supposed to be, but I'm glad you feel that I am. Because
I
I
hope
just
this is
posted a couple of little
encouragement for
TikToks
you.
over there. It was.
I hope this
Confirmation.
is encouragement for you.
But it was the confirmation. I was like, there go that Nehemiah word again. It's like,
Hey, girl,
oh, who this
check,
person?
go on and read it.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Because
that
he
was
the
the other
homie.
win
He
for
had an
tonight.
assignment and he would not come down from the building. They tried to bait him. They tried to get him. He would not come down from his assignment. Period.
And
That would
also,
be
he was in the
real.
process of rebuilding.
And
He
he
had
was
been
in the
called to
process of
rebuild.
rebuilding.
The
Yeah.
whole thing was there was this land, it was supposed to be built up. A whole bunch of stuff happened to where it wasn't. It lay dormant for years. And then he
Because they
was
were in captivity.
anointed and assigned to rebuild it. And
The
this was
king gave
his
him what he
assignment.
wanted. He he asked, "What do you need?" I need to take time to leave so I can rebuild. What else you need? I need the wood. What else you need? I need the things to get the wood. He got the okay. He was still in captivity, so he literally rebuilt.
Mhm.
That was his assignment.
Well, there we
Go on and read it.
go.
This is,
Confirmation.
I need to be on there too. I'm gonna be rereading that as well.
Low key. And it's so
Yeah.
funny because, like, I got the word make room last July and I didn't do
Mm-hmm.
nothing with it, but I knew I was supposed to. Now I'm doing something with it. Make room. The community in the mastermind will be the maker's room. We're doing all the things. We're doing all the things.
Come
Make
on,
room.
Maker's
But now I
Room.
see make room everywhere. It's in the pastor's message, in the new series he's preaching. Everywhere I look, people are posting the quote, God's about to make room for you. Have you made room in your life? Like everything make room is everywhere. And I'm like, Lord, did I miss my mark? Did somebody else? Did you? Or no, this is what happens when the word is released. These are the same people that have been released the same word. So go out and make room for these people to create this meaningful life.
It's
Especially
funny you
All of
say
that.
that. It's funny you say that because I had been sitting on something that I was gonna post in Military Spouse magazine that I might just do it because what is the name? Well, y'all might not know, but the assignment that everybody's going through in Iran is Operation Epic Fury. I said we're gonna do Operation Epic Life. Okay,
man.
okay. Epic just started to pop up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I got something for y'all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Got something for y'all real quick. Come on over here.
I
Let's
love
talk about
all
it.
of this. I
So
love
you're
all of
right. It
this.
wouldn't just be popping up. Like,
Mm.
Which, to your point, Micayla, asking if you missed the mark and stuff, I done told both of y'all. I was like, oh, I'm feeling vinyl. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this. Like, this is the vibe. I see it everywhere now. People like,
Mm-hmm.
this is my analog life. I'm like, Lord, I wasn't ready to talk about it, but man, it is out here.
Yeah.
It's like a return to like unplug. I'm just like, oh,
Ooh, Epic Unplugged. Ooh, that's good.
Mm-hmm. That's real
see,
good.
I'll take a note.
That's real good.
Oh yeah, we just parallel building. As we
Mm-hmm.
build this, we are also building this.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Love it.
Facts.
Love it. Love it.
Well, that's all my
Amazing
update.
this. Okay.
Year and a half, Micayla. I'll be there in a year and a half. Hold
I'll
tight.
still be here. We ain't going nowhere.
Okay. All of that. Yeah, so
Mm-mm.
I feel good about not quote unquote refining. We revisited. We looked at it, made sure it's still in alignment, and we will continue to move as we get more information. And if it needs to continue to be refined, that's what we'll do.
Yep.
As long as we're ready to hit the ground running come April 1.
Hmm. And by the way, this conversation started less than 6 months ago, and you see where we at now.
Yes, ma'am, I do. Yes, ma'am, I do.
Because you was obedient, because you opened up space for us. I honestly, I was not listening last round. I was, but I wasn't.
That
I was on the calls,
makes
but
sense,
I wasn't
friend.
listening.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had a whole different mindset back then. I had to literally shift. My mindset had to shift in order for me
Wait,
to be
you
like,
had to make
oh,
room? What?
I had to make room. Right? That part. Yeah, yeah, friend. I had to
Okay.
because I was so focused on this. I had tunnel vision. It was this is my only thing. And you like, well, let's plan it. And I'm like, you're not helping. Wait, ain't no plan. I need money. We need this. You're just like, well, you need to plan something out. And I'm like, no, ain't no plan. But I still had the notes and I still showed up and I still had the mindset. And then I made the connections.
Mm-hmm.
And then the connection was like, okay, it's your mindset, girl. You're not gonna get nowhere with this mindset. And then I had to see myself. And I was like, oh, we the problem. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
We the
yeah.
problem. All right,
Well,
let's fix this.
and I mean, like, seriously, because you put the plan, even though I know all of you, I was putting the plan in action beforehand, but put the plan in action technically January, and then technically not even that first week of January, and we're not even finished with the quarter.
And I've already hit my goals that I was trying to hit by the end of March.
It makes my heart happy. Slow
Yeah.
down and speed up.
Same.
Like, seriously, slow down and speed up. That's where we are. And
You
by the
got
end of the
receipts?
year, I'm really excited. Like, really excited to see us all living an epic life.
Yeah.
Like, in flow, in alignment, performing in our purpose, making profit. Like, profit. Not just paying a bit, profit.
I'm gonna need y'all on the podcast, by the way.
Same,
Listen,
actually.
just let
The
me
Yeah.
know.
podcast has relaunched. So we are bringing back, run it back.
Okay, I'm supposed to be launching it too. Okay, fine. I will.
You already got your confirmation via YouTube, so I
I
don't even
know.
know. It's
All
fine.
of that.
I had mine in the version of a little white girl in my DMs as well. Oh my gosh, it's so great to see you. I was just listening to your playlist that you created from Hearts and Stripes, and I play it every time I'm in the car. Da 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 da. And I really just need you to know that regardless of what stage in life you in right now, it was such a
Look at God.
you
Look
trying
at
to
the
you trying
Lord.
to you trying to have me outside, ma'am.
We ain't had that confirmation. Maybe we did. We ain't looked. But
When I tell you that was good because you know how we used to be like, will you do it for the one?
yep. And then here come that one.
So
You'd be
if
like,
I
dang, you had to
Get
come.
off my toes. Shut up. Nobody was talking to you.
the Lord is talking, that's who's talking.
Literally.
But no, it's definitely that confirmation where it's like, dang, you needed to hear and see who that one is. There she go.
Yeah.
It's like, dang, it ain't even my mama and them. Dang. It ain't even one of
They
the
hard
homies,
headed.
which I love the homies, but like it ain't even like one of us because we expect it in familiar
Mhm.
people, not people like I ain't met this girl a day in my life,
Mm-hmm.
and periodically she'll just drop a voice note,
Yep.
a long voice memo to be like, because I think she's military spouse, she's retiring and all this other stuff. And I was just like, oh yeah, I'm actually writing a book that probably would be good for you. I mean, I was like, see, you're doing too much. You're hyping this up way too much right now. Everybody calm
The
down.
Lord said you needed to see how much is needed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we gonna do it.
But I
But
love
We gonna do
the epic operation.
it.
mm-hmm.
You
I
said,
love the epic operation.
oh yeah, that Operation Epic Life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because the mission that they're running right now is Operation Epic Fury.
Sounds to me like there's some alignment with the military spouse community. I'm not saying you got to jump back in there, but I am saying that that
No.
publication can be moved to your Substack as a second publication, and everybody can find you on Substack, and they can check out the military marriage, and they can check out all things epic.
Oh yeah, because I think we're at Okay, tangent, and then I'll let y'all go. I did a one-on-one with Jateya Stevens, who is over in Trusted Women. Because I'm in the group, I signed up, I get a little free consultation. So, because I'm like, she don't know my life, I was getting her caught up on my life. Right? And getting caught, y'all done been here for the journey, so y'all understand, y'all overstand. So after I gave her the update, she was just like, so wait, you had an events business, but you did military marriage day. But wait, you had a book deal, but then you let the book deal go. But then, but you were engineer. Who are you? Legit, that was her comment. She was like, "Who are you?" She was like, "You're explaining to me right now, and I don't even know. You need to, since it sounds like you come back out, you need to tell people who you are. Who are you?" And I just kind of was like, "I'm all of these things. I don't know what you're talking about," because I was talking to Jateya about it. Like, I am frustrated. Because what you mean, who are you? I'm confused. I don't know.
I already
And,
told you.
right. And then after, so I left that conversation discouraged, but I was like, oh, I'm giving people the buckets.
Yeah.
I don't need to lead with the buckets. I just need to lead with Bree
The brand.
and Epic.
Yep.
And then depending on what bucket you fall into of how you relate to me, because that's what I was trying to tell her. My current audience relates to me in different ways. I have homies that knew me from, that's Bree from Patterson, who dances and is in a dance group. There are people who know me that's like, oh, she from A&T, like she the homies. Then she pledged and she was still the homies. She the only one that didn't change. Then it was engineering. Then it was military spouse. Then it was events business. The reality is, to Jateya's point, it's still just me.
Yep.
I keep
And
trying to tell all my multi-passionates
and these are the
that you have
ands.
to be the brand.
And these
Yeah.
are the
So then it
ands.
makes sense when you switch up and do something different because you are the brand. It is who you are. And anybody who wants to live the epic life because you're living an epic life, because God gave us these assignments to push us to be who He designed us to be, even though we thought we was creating it for other people. It's really for us. So with that being said, once you are the brand and you are the business,
That's it.
they show up to be epic.
That's
And
it.
they'll fall into whatever bucket they put themselves into.
Because the whole point of Epic is for you to create your own bucket. Well, it's not a bucket, but you get what I'm saying. You're
Your
creating
own
what that
lane.
looks like for you. And I think that's what's different from, which respectfully, I love other people's when they have that niche of like, I am creating speakers. I am creating product bosses. I am creating
Podcast.
people who build podcasts. I am creating um, people who make communities. And I'm like, I am creating what you want to create. This is the framework so that you can choose.
You can
Yeah.
be
I'm
all
not
the
gonna
things.
I'm not gonna tell you,
Podcaster, dancer, engineer.
I'm not telling you how it has to be. I'm telling you it should be aligned.
Yep.
I'm not telling you that it needs, you got to do this. And I'm telling you, you got to go at the pace that makes sense for your season.
Yep.
And Micayla's telling you how to tell the story of how it's aligned and connect the dots for other people.
That
And
part.
I'm helping you create the plan so that you can stay in flow with the alignment.
See? Blueprint, story, plan.
Playing. Mm-hmm.
That's what's happening right here.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Me
I
too.
can't wait to see what the end of the year looks like.
Me too. I would love for this to be a fancy little live podcast thing, but that's me trying to go fast.
We could splice
That
and
could happen.
tease.
That could
We
happen.
could tease. And then we do the real thing.
It could happen, Micayla. I appreciate your positivity. I just know my version of an epic life is not coming out of pocket to make the things happen. My epic life is this book funds the thing happening.
And that can happen
What
too.
about
And that can
spending
happen.
money? Listen, I'm for zero to low overhead.
Same.
Understood.
Because the
Understood.
way Canva can take this video and plop a different background back there,
Very
You're
true.
and the
right.
way Claude just popping out websites,
You're
got to
right.
be able to make this look like a fancy podcast.
I agree, because Claudette, you're right. You're right. And that's what I'm saying. There have to be some tools that can make what's in my head a reality
Happen without spending money.
without y'all are producing whole movies with AI. There's
There are
no
million
reason.
dollar artists, AI artists right now.
Mhm.
Excuse me.
There's no reason. There's no reason I can't make this happen.
Oh,
I just gotta figure out how to do it.
You just got to step outside the box and not try to figure out how to do it. Just ask.
That's true. That's true.
I mean,
True.
there's whole podcasts that are AI. Whole
I,
podcasts.
I'm offended, but I also am intrigued.
Yes. All you gotta do is create your little AI twin.
Mm-hmm. Which
Take your
I'm
voice, clone your
conservative.
voice in 11 Labs, because 11 Labs is gonna get you right. It's gonna take your voice, and then all you have to do is type whatever you wanted to say, which means it's your whole podcast script, and then you take that voice and you feed it to your AI twin, and your AI twin becomes your avatar, and she's the one sitting in whatever studio you design with AI and having the conversation.
Hmm.
There are literally some clips on social media where it's
And
just
I felt like a lot of them looked like it and was like,
Mhm. You said 11 labs.
yeah, like Christina. Um, right now she is making a whole bunch of money on 11 Labs because she took her voice a long time ago. This is when ChatGPT had just come out and she was teaching us all about it. But she had took her voice, she cloned it in 11 Labs, and then she made different versions of her voice. And so she has like a country version where she's like, "Hey y'all," like real like Southern, she has a Southern Belle version. She has different aspects of her voice that she sells to people for voiceover work.
That's exactly why I'm asking about 11 labs, because I'm like, I don't want to read my whole book
Oh yeah, that's
and
you
then
can do
have to
11
like
Labs.
be messing it up. I just wanted to have my voice
Yep, 11
and
Labs.
then drop the manuscript and let it read the manuscript.
And it will do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That
look at
that makes
there.
more sense to me.
Yep. Or if you don't want to, if you don't want to read your book and you want AI to read your book and you don't care what the voice is, you could just use the script because right now the script has the avatars built in, and my go-to avatar, her name is Paula, because she's the only one that's not black. But Paula will read your entire script for you and give you that black voice that you're looking for, and you just download that and upload it into audiobook for version for your people to listen to.
See, this is all I needed. This is what I need. Paula gonna be either Paula or the AI version of Bree's gonna be reading it.
I just created a whole course for my nonprofit client called
Hmm.
Entertainment 101. The
Ooh.
entire course is AI. The AI voice is Paula. We had Chatty G write the script, and then I went to Meta AI to have it design a whole bunch of images of Black students in colleges, Black students working on a set, sound stages, red carpet premieres, just all Black casts. And then I
Mm-hmm.
also had Meta AI turn that image into a 8-second video. And so the entire course is an 8-second, a whole bunch of 8-second videos put together with Paula's voice talking to you about what it means to be in entertainment industry and how your major can prepare you for the industry.
I'm here for it.
Come on
So yeah,
I'm
it's
here
all
for
possible.
it. Your client needs to work with Black girls in media also.
Is it high school or college?
She's for people who have graduated and are looking to get media jobs.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
She has a
that'd be a good
whole,
partnership.
she the homies. She one of my neos. Tasha Mack.
now. My name's not familiar. I feel like we got to touch on that.
There's a whole lot of them.
I
That
really
name's so
do.
common.
I was like, this sounds so familiar.
Just like a Jasmine Johnson. I'm like, it's
Oh
1,000 of
yeah,
y'all.
I know one of those.
And look, I
See?
don't know one of those. I like this. I like this. Okay. So we got some life hacks happening.
Definitely.
Got some research and some homework
Yep.
to do the things and make the things happen.
Yes.
Okay.
We gonna live life and we gonna work the plan. And we gonna create the plan for the quarter. And
Yep.
And then
And then-
actually execute.
and then execute.
Oh, we not even in Q2 yet. All right.
Not yet.
No.
Okay. I got time.
You do.
Yeah.
That slow down and speed up is real, friend. It's
Yeah.
I
real.
like it.
All right then, ladies. Well, you get a little less than 45 minutes back in your pockets. And we'll
Back.
be
How
through.
long are these calls? I need to put it on my calendar.
They're normally 7 to 10. I've allotted 7 to 10, depending on how many people in here.
See, I thought it was just 90 minutes because that's what you did last time. You was like, oh, 90 minutes.
So what I realized was that first call was 7 to 10. And then I was
Mhm.
like, okay, 90 minutes for the remaining 3. Yeah, no, we kept going over.
We
So
kept
I was
talking.
like, let me just go ahead and allot this 7 to 10. It may not be 7 to 10, 10 like it was, but it'll be 7 to 10. We'll give that space. We come, we do, we see, we conquer, we go. If we finish earlier, great. If not, I've allotted on my calendar that amount of time.
Okay. That's good to know because I was like, yeah, I think it's an hour. And then it was like, okay, actually, I think it's 2 hours.
Mhm. Well,
Right.
next Monday I'll be here working till 10. Today I'm gonna get my rest because, like I said, daylight savings.
It has been kicking my behind too,
And it's
friend.
been the opposite of me. I'm like, we got time. It's y'all. The sun
What
is
you
still
talking about?
shining. The sun
Her and
is
this
still
sunshine.
shining.
I know. I was looking out your window like, why is
Me
it so
too.
bright?
It's
Amazing.
still bright outside.
Gorgeous.
Yes, we happy.
You got
It ain't.
time, friend.
We got time.
Yeah,
Girl,
you it's just 6:20 for you.
That's it.
it's 9:20 at night, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I need to be in the bed.
Well, you do get up before Jesus rose. So
We go to bed.
with that being said, good night.
Indeed.
Same place, same time next week.
All right.
See ya.
Bye,
Bye.
y'all.
Bye.